when I ask the candidate to share something about the some achievements that the candidate had, I try to pick one or two that I have at least more deeper knowledge about, and try to make some other questions more complex about that topic, how the candidate apply that concept, how the candidate monitors or face some knowledge issues, or maybe some border cases. So at some points, I can get this honest side, like when the candidate is exposing something in a real way, or something in a, I don't know, uh, fantasy way, like when the user, not the candidate, reads about that topic in some article and believe that that is the reality. But when we try to apply some concepts in the real world, we know that we face some other issues, and the real issues are kind of different. So I try to investigate if the user are being honest when he presents some of those real issues we got in a production environment and in a high scale environment as well.
Because experience is not knowledge. Yeah, it's like problem solving and experience in make decisions and something like this. I think when I perform interviews, the first thing that I'm trying to do is to be it's first interview is like first dating. Yeah, it's like first dating. You need to be honest by yourself, and you need to be passionate about your vacancy. You need to be honest all the things. You need to describe your vacancy and your position without some fake information. You need to be honest. You need to tell about bad things and hard things in your position. And I think that after that, most candidates will be honest with me, because if not, I think that I feel it, because it's when you try to make atmosphere of honesty and opening, yeah, you if you have little bit empathy skills, you can feel when another people not match with that atmosphere. When can he don't want to tell you truth. Yeah, and you can understand it. And I think it's most important thing in the interview. And it's not about too much questions. It's about some atmosphere in the interview.
I asked the candidate for some references, and then I talk with the references about the experience that the candidate had in the past with him or her. So I think that's a good way to know if the candidate is being honest or not.
How do you understand candidates' motivation during the interview?
So if it's a feeling, it's something like something similar that what Alex just mentioned is the atmosphere that you feel when you talk about the business and what we are doing, the problems that we are solving at the company. So I think that's the main part for me, and also to know if what are the expectations.
From my side, I didn't focus or didn't put much time on this motivation, but it's something that I approach briefly during the interview process. And again, I try to get back from some experiences from the candidate, like asking things, or the most exciting project or a product he already worked, just to understand what are the kind of project that motivates that candidate, about another situation in his office that make him proud about that situation. So I try to understand with those questions if I have the right workplace for that will motivate this candidate. And yeah, It's basically that. Sometimes, depending on the conversation, I kind of branch the conversation to other personal things, like the things he usually do in the spare time, just to kind of get grab some insights. But it's not a scientific way to grab those informations from the candidate. It's, as Alex put, it's kind of a date, and you start to asking things, but it's more you feeling those through the questions than a scientific way, like, oh, you need to ask this first question and second this one, and at the third one you will identify what is the moving motivator for this candidate.
I have example from last hiring and last interview. I'm looking for backend developer, and I have too much interviews with some guys, and I try to feel something on interview, and I found one person who maybe not totally match to technical requirements of position, yeah, but I feel that he has a big motivation for working with us, but I have too much work and I little bit skip it and I forget about it, and I not mention for my technical manager for interview him. But 2 weeks ago, uh 2 weeks later, sorry, 2 weeks later, he sent a letter for my hire manager and tell him that he want to working with us, and he looking for our position, and he can get low salaries than he asked for the first time, because he understand what part and what way he will have in our company, and he make a good letter. After that, I asked my team manager, backend leader, to make technical interview with him, and he little bit not matched to our position, but we make offer for him, and now he working with us, and I think we close that gaps for 1 month, and next we are working with totally motivated employee with and he is happy to work with us, and that's main important thing.
So how do you understand the candidate is honest about his or her personal experience?
I used to trust candidates in that topic, and it's something we have to figure out when the candidate is inside the company. We have some time to figure out if there is some culture match and things like that.
I have one trick from our chief growth officer, Chong Kal, and he checked social medias like Instagram, Facebook, and something like this, and to match their interview information and some their personal accounts. Yeah, it fast. It's not too much time spending. It's about 3 minutes. You can check Instagram or Facebook. If your candidate not provides that information, he's strange, because all guys like to get new followers on Instagram, I think. Yeah, and it cool way to get new follower like me, and I will be follower of him and like some photos. And if he don't provide it to you, I think it's the first red flag, like something like this.
For developing the people from my team, I use that framework 70, 20, 10. So the 10% of the things you know is the formal knowledge. So the book you read, the course you did, or something like that. The 20% of the knowledge or the experience is the conversations you have, the changes you have with the other people, and the 70% is when you apply that knowledge in your day-to-day. So when we provide a test or a whiteboard or an interview in a pragmatically way, I try to grab how much of this 70% candidate was able to apply and see. So the personal part about, oh, he's participating in a lot of conference. He is I don't know, an influence in the technical world. It doesn't matter at the end. I think that the thing that matters is if the candidate has the right profile for this.
I have a question for Alex, because I was looking at your board.
Okay.
What do you mean by discuss about unknown technologies?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I I want to tell about it because that's my method to check how juniors and middles can fast diving in some technologies they don't know. How can research new information? How can learning something new? And as I said before, it's like when I have a first interview, in the end of interview, I provide him some topics for discuss on the technical interview. For example, if we talk about, for my example, I have in our stack we have a MongoDB, yeah, but not too much people work deep with MongoDB aggregation framework, yeah, and I tell him, okay, guys, let's discuss in the next meeting about MongoDB aggregation. You can look in everywhere in internet, in some courses, you use everything. Yeah, it's your part. And next, when guy come on the next interview, I can check several things. First, how much time he spent for that. It's a good motivation thing, because if he spent too much time if he has only 3 days and I understand that he spent some 8 hours, for example, I understand that he really want to be part of our team. It big commitment from him to get that job. Yeah. Second thing, and how he fast deep diving. For example, yeah, he can discuss with me on the basic things, but if I starting to go deeper and deeper, and after that I understand, no, he just reading some articles, what is it, but he don't understand how it works. Yeah. And the second thing, how he can research information in short time, because it's very important for my candidates, because for startup is very important how much time you spend for research, because too much things is new for you. It's like something new, some new technologies, some new methods, some new tasks, and you need to have a ability and have a skill for fast researching.